We are with Alana Horne this morning. She lives in Magnolia. She's the director of the Magnolia Farmers Market, and she has a lot of other jobs around the city, including working sometimes for 1623. But more importantly, we are going to talk to her today because she has been home with small children throughout this whole pandemic and the stay-at-home advisory. So Alana, how are you doing?
Here I am. It's been a wild ride, that's for sure. I do have several different jobs. I wear lots of different hats for different jobs. And I do primarily work from home on the regular, but doing it at home with them at home full time has been, we'll call it an adventure.
Yeah, and now they are in school, so they have remote learning happening, right?
We're calling it crisis learning. Calling it, homeschooling is not accurate, I don't think, because I'm not equipped to be a homeschooler mom. I wouldn't have signed up for that. That's not my spiel. I have definitely taken advantage of the fact that there is a big difference between homeschooling and what's going on here. It's different for sure. Like, I pride myself on being a pretty good mom, but I in no way, shape, or form would be a teacher. So it's different.
So you have 24-hour duty as mom, and then add that a little bit of teacher, can't go to parks and playgrounds or the beaches. They can't see their friends. I mean, this is very different.
It's definitely different. My oldest daughter is 10, and she has taken full advantage of Zooms and FaceTimes and found some pretty creative ways to still be able to hang out with her friends. And she's kind of a homebody anyway. Like, this kind of thing it's not detrimental to her. I mean, it's definitely a change. But I think that she a lot of times would prefer to be on FaceTime with her friends than have to go somewhere with them anyway. So she's handling it okay. Whereas my little one is an extreme extrovert. I mean, she is my feral child. She just wants to be out and about and doing the things. And she actually has no concept of no parks, no people, no places, no go. We can't do it. She can't.
Yeah. So how are your feelings about all this?
I'm frazzled. I'm bogged down quite a bit. One of my jobs, I'm the executive administrative office manager, customer service person, whatever they call me, for a boat. I work for Yankee Caps Deep Sea Fishing out of Key West. And the state of Florida is under a stay-at-home order, not advisory, but an order. And I'm getting call after call after call after call after call of people who want to go fishing. They can't. And so that phone rings constantly off the hook. So I'm trying to work, trying to teach a math class, trying to coordinate an art project, trying to remember what's for dinner, making sure that everyone's physically home and didn't run away, because sometimes I feel like that's going to happen. And it's a lot of balls in the air that I'm just not used to.
Where is your husband in all of this?
My husband is, he works for the DPW, City of Gloucester DPW, and they are currently on a 1 week on, 1 week off pattern. So he is at home 1 full week, and then he's at work 1 full week, because they are considered.
At work this week?
He is not at work this week.
Can I ask, is it better or worse on those weeks if he's home?
It's, my 10-year-old would say that it's better. She's a daddy's girl. And he tries, but as much as we love him, he's not used to being a stay-at-home dad. He's not used to sitting here and trying to do the homework. He's not used to trying to manage, the school projects that we have to do. He's not the grocery shopper, and he's not the dinner cooker. Those aren't his things. So when it's his turn to do those things, it's another thing I'm trying to manage.
I wonder if West Parish could have like adult ed while he's home.
I would take that.
It'd be pretty good. I could talk to somebody about that.
For sure.
So Alana, does the family have a TikTok handle yet?
TikTok is actually not allowed at my house.
Really?
Well, TikTok was not allowed at my house before this whole thing happened because of the lack of control over their social media regulations. There was a lot of things on there that I didn't think that my 10-year-old needed to see. My 7-year-old certainly didn't need to see it. So we don't do TikTok.
Yeah.
That said, some of our friends have pumped out some very interesting at-home TikToks lately. Definitely worth watching.
Any other rules slipping since you started this, Alana?
All the rules are slipping. We were supposed to have a very strict 9 o'clock bedtime during this whole shutdown, and I'm finding that 11 o'clock is like the norm. Can I have this interview without you? That would be great. Thanks. That kind of rule has went out the door. No one seems to understand that if mommy's on the phone or in the middle of a meeting, that now is not a good time to interrupt. It's been a little out of control.
So we heard when this all started, we interviewed a few, a pediatrician and a therapist, and they said, well, the most important thing that parents need to provide for young children is structure. That will make the children feel safer and calmer and all that. How's that going?
What's in that drink, first of all? Yep. Keep that right by the mouse pad. Breakfast for dinner, wine for breakfast, who knows?
My children thrive off of structure, I will say that. And I did not realize how much they thrived off of structure until school got canceled. Without structure, Isabel she's out there. She's out to lunch most of the time anyway, but if she's not wrangled in and this is what you need to do, she just can't accomplish it. Abby's a little bit more loosey-goose, the 10-year-old. She can kind of coordinate what she needs to get done herself. I'll do, math at 10 o'clock and I'll do English at 11 o'clock and maybe I'll do some science this afternoon. And she still gets it done. Isabel can't do it that way. And, I was the mom that when this whole thing happened, I took the COVID-19 schedule from the website and I was like, we can do this. 9:30 in the morning, we're going to take a walk. At 10 o'clock, we're going to do this. And we're going to have stretch time at 12. No, that's not a thing.
Yeah.
That's not a thing at all.
And how about meals? I'm sure you have a rigid schedule of meal times.
Having mac and cheese for breakfast. Right before we went on live, I found out that there was a piece of it right here. Abby's having Pringles. And we have actually found that Isabel, the 7-year-old, she thrives off of about 7 full meals a day. She has breakfast 2.0, and then a snack. She usually has 3, maybe 4 small snacks around the 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock hour. And then she likes to start her first dinner at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and she eats straight until our 9 o'clock bedtime. I don't know where she puts it all. And she's certainly not getting enough exercise to manage it. So I don't know what's going on with all this food.
We're all having that issue. So how about the screen time? I'm sure you're regulating the screen time. I mean, there's school work and then there's the entertainment. I'm sure that's going really well.
It's funny because it's all funny. It's all funny. We are in the process of transitioning from Comcast cable to Fire Sticks and Hulu and all those things. So there's a little bit of a transition going on with what they're watching versus what they can no longer find in terms of content. Abby's mostly on her phone with her friends. She's not really using it as screen time. So I'm kind of being a little bit more lax with her about it because she's just watching general television or talking to a friend and that's on her screen. Yeah. Whereas Isabel loves to scour YouTube and find things like, let's watch this guy play video games all day long. And it's useless content. That said, while I do want to try to put a leash on that, I also need time to do this. So the reason why the feral child is not here right now is because I sent her upstairs with her tablet and she's probably like zoned out completely and has no idea what's going on. So I don't like to have screen time and I don't like to use screen time as a babysitter. But that rule also went out the window.
It's like electric Benadryl.
Yes, it is. Yeah. It certainly is.
So we did hear one of the therapists was noting that one of his patients said, I kind of like this because I haven't had family meals with my kids in years. And now we all have family meals. So what's the upside here? Do you have family? I'm sure family meals are part of it. Anything else?
It's funny because I keep saying it's funny. That's how there's nothing not funny about what's going on in my house, I guess. Family meals with us. So my husband's a diabetic, and I try to manage that the best I can while having Isabel, who eats 27 meals, and Abby, who only eats carbs, and myself, who I try to maintain Weight Watchers, but it's just not working. So I start cooking at like 4:00 in the afternoon to try to get dinner on the table by 5:30 for all these different people that have all these different meals. And by the time I'm doling out all of these meals, they're all done. And someone's back to homework and someone's back to screen time, and one of us has to run out. Something has gone wrong. So maybe once a week we're sitting down for a real family meal because we all managed to get our meal at the same time. And we're still trying to do, one takeout a week to support the small businesses and things, which I think is really important. But we're finding that there's more things in terms of family time, like, sitting and watching a movie together after bedtime, really after bedtime. They usually decide on a movie when it's time for bed. Or last night, Abby came out of her bedroom and was like, do you want to play Heads Up? And I said, what the heck is Heads Up? And it's that game where you flip your phone and it's like charades or Pictionary or something like that from when we were kids. But it's the new modernized version. And Dean had already gone to bed, but Abby and Isabel and I stayed up until almost 11 o'clock last night playing this stupid game, and we had a blast. So family time has definitely evolved from what it used to be. And I think it's definitely in a good way. We were yelling and screaming at each other all day long yesterday, and everybody hated each other. And then Abby comes out of the room with this game, and we're laughing on the floor and having a great time. So things have, it's not a bad thing that we're all stuck at home together, but it's different.
Yeah. Yeah. So I did happen to notice a little, some Taylor Swift action on Facebook yesterday. I guess we won't be able to witness that in real time. She's busy.
If I can get her to come down, then she'll act it out for you.
Okay.
How do you feel about being home during Corona time?
You don't like it?
The other day.
What did I say? The coronavirus sucks.
A lot of people feel that way.
That is the general opinion here. Whoa!
I think we need more dancing in the driveway.
Stop jumping.
Why?
Stop jumping.
Abby, you want to sing, or should we say goodbye? No? All right. Well, you guys have anything more to add to our conversation about being home with the coronavirus and your family and nobody else for a month? How does it feel?
I miss my friends and I miss my teachers.
They miss their teachers a lot.
Oh.
The whole no school thing has been really hard. We've lucked out this year. We've had a lot of really good teachers. Both grades. And they were wonderful all year round. And now, they're missing out on this great time at the end of the school year. And Abby's in 5th grade, so she's missing, Nature's Classroom, Mad Hot Balls. She's probably going to miss her, their end of the year spring luau. And she's supposed to be transitioning into 6th grade.
I'm supposed to go to I do a luau.
So it's a big deal for the things that they're missing. So,
I have to say goodbye though. Because we have another interview. So thanks.
I was at the last day of school.
Okay. Can we go now? No.
Okay, more dancing in the driveway, okay?
More dancing in the driveway. We'll get on that.
Okay, bye.
Bye, guys.